City Council members in Hollister have approved the redesign of McCarthy Park. The $3.5 million renovation includes correcting irrigation issues and installing grass, as well as adding a splash pad, handball court, and rock climbing wall. McCarthy Park is located between Alvarado and South Chapel Roads on McCarthy Street. Organizers are aiming to break ground on the renovation by this October. And the Santa Cruz Port Commission has approved the adoption of a new ordinance which requires all vessels to have insurance. The Port Commission's policy will go into effect this January 2019. Boaters will have to have a $300,000 policy on the vessels. It's 5:35. Time to get back to Flight 1080. I'm Phil G. Seth for KSCO Radio.
Tom or Jared? I'm KO, and I'll be right back with your sports question of the day.
They say we spend $25 billion a year sweating it out at the gym. Sweat contains some of the essential nutrients your body needs to grow strong and stay healthy. If you sweat these nutrients out and fail to replace them, your body will begin breaking down. Some say you can get all 90 of the essential nutrients from the foods you eat. Maybe, but if you eat foods from farmed-out soils or foods that have had the life processed out of them, you will deprive your body of some essential nutrients. You can get all 90 of the essential nutrients your body needs for less than a daily latte with a 90 for Life Healthy Start Pack. It's easy, it's delicious, and they are essential.
Get all 90 of the essential nutrients your body needs to grow strong and stay healthy with a 90 for Life Healthy Start Pack at nutrientstogo.com. That's nutrientstogo.com. Get all 90 of the essential nutrients your body needs for less than the cost of a daily latte at nutrientstogo.com. That's nutrientstogo.com.
Tom Brady was President Trump's top pick for a son-in-law, but he got Jared Kushner instead. At least so claims a recent Newsweek report that says the president has been cracking the joke at Kushner's expense. But all joking aside, Trump's plans for Ivanka and Brady were real, according to the president's ex-wife Ivana. Former White House Director of Communications Anthony Scaramucci added fuel to the fire by suggesting that Brady skipped the Patriots team trip to the White House after being pressured not to attend by a protective and possessive Gisele Bündchen. Question: given a choice, who would you rather have as part of your family? Quarterback Tom Brady or businessman Jared Kushner? Answer today's question and learn how yesterday's question was answered by logging on to KSCO.com. That's KSCO.com.
Thanks for listening to AM 1080 KSCO.
479-1080. You're listening to Flight 1080 KSCO right. Santa Cruz. Are we working now, Billy? Are we streaming?
We are back. We are rocking and rolling. We got to fix. Right. There was a slight technical difficulty. Now we are streaming on YouTube. We have Cree Powell in here competing for Miss KSCO. Unfortunately, Summer, the other contestant, never showed up. So by default, the winner is
all right.
Cree Powell.
All right. So and what did she win, Billy?
Well, I was, everything melted down today. I'm so disappointed in this day. But now that we're live streaming, I will.
It's going to get better.
Well, should I reveal what the prize is now, Dave, or should I wait till the end of the show?
You should wait till the end of the show.
You never want everybody to come to YouTube and check out Cree. Look at her makeup; it's awesome. I love this. And Cree, you say this is a character that you do, correct? You want to tell us about her, or just do the character?
Oh yeah. Would you like me to bring Jane into the room?
Well, yes. Well, wait. Maybe we should finish the
second one.
Should we finish
second person?
You don't want to do those clips no more, Dave? For the we got a couple of good ones left.
All right, if you say so, Bill.
We only have two left, and you know what? The last one I think is my favorite. But let's do number 5 now, Dave.
All right, you ready?
I am ready.
Here we go.
Advice: stay on the path.
You got it.
Chud.
Terrible guess. Creed, do you have a guess?
Is this Finding Nemo?
No. You must not see a lot of movies.
Or maybe just not these fantastic movies that you watch,
This
Billy.
is a classic, Dave.
Oh, we'll see. Do they talk in this movie that you...
Dave, it's tone.
No, there's just wind chimes.
Okay?
Just wind chimes.
That's the star of this movie. It's called The Wind Chime. It was nominated for an Oscar. Best supporting
Just
wind
making
chime.
fun of your movie, Billy.
There's no floor. There's no ground. Wait a minute, I got. There's a ground. You making it look like it's no ground. To see if I'm gonna be scared, and run back and say, there's a ground. There's a ground, Monty.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
You know, it's not a bad guess, but not correct. Dave, we have a guess on the line?
Yeah, we do. I think she's going to get it wrong, though. Let's see. Joy.
Joy, you're in the air.
And turn your radio off because there's an 8-second delay. So if you're listening on the radio,
There's no
you'll be
ground here.
totally confused. Joy, she hung up.
Oh, that's too bad. Dave, you have a guess? That was the clip.
She would rather hang up than turn off the radio.
I tell you what, that was Eddie Murphy.
Was Eddie Murphy?
That was Eddie Murphy.
Was Eddie Murphy?
And I'm going to say the Fat Professor.
It's the Nutty Professor, Dave. But no, you're not correct. That's
No, it's
incorrect.
got to be older than that. It was
It
like
is older than that.
It was
Cree
like
is correct.
late '80s wind chimes and shit.
Oh, no,
can I
careful. Yeah.
Sorry.
We have to use our best language here. That is not correct, but that's close. Dave, do we have another caller on the line with a guess? Well, you give him a great tip.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Okay, so when I answer the phone, I need your name first.
Name, yes.
And then
Callers,
where you're calling
please.
from. Nobody wants to tell me that they're anything, so you're in the air.
Caller. Name?
Trevor from SoCal.
Hi, Trevor. You have a guess?
Good job.
Golden Child.
The Golden Child. That is correct.
Wow,
the
dude.
Golden Child. Yep.
Wow.
The Golden Child.
Was that a classic, though?
That is a classic.
Thank you
Dave.
for your
Come
call.
on, by every stretch of the imagination.
I think Billy
479-1080.
thinks that any old movie is a classic.
Not any old movie.
DM at KSCO.com. So, yeah, when somebody picks up the phone, your name is what we need first. We do not need to get involved in the conversation. I need your name first.
Yes, everybody, please. Dave, when you call in, callers, please give Dave your name if he answers the phone. Because you're stressing
Okay, so now what do we have?
Okay, we have one more. We have one more clip, Dave. Number 6.
Here we go. Here we go.
You have meddled with the primal forces of nature, Mr. Beale, and I won't have it. Is that clear? You think you merely stopped a business deal? That is not the case. The Arabs have taken billions of dollars out of this country, and now they must put it back. It is ebb and flow, tidal gravity. It is ecological balance. You are an old man who thinks in terms of nations and peoples. There are no nations. There are no peoples. There are no Russians. There are no Arabs. There are no third worlds. There is no West. There is only one holistic system of systems. One vast and immane, interwoven, multivariate, multinational demand of dollars. Petrodollars, electrodollars, multi-dollars, Reichmarks, rims, rubles, pounds, and shekels. It is the international system of currency which determines the totality of life on this planet. That is the natural order of things today.
Dave, you got any guesses?
I have no idea. Let's see if
Dave's clueless.
This is just Tom Cruise talking.
Atomic.
That, it does sound like Tom Cruise. Not Tom Cruise.
It's Tom Cruise just talking about his day.
Can I get your name? Or Aaron, what do you have to say? You have a guess?
Aaron. This is Network.
Aaron, that is correct.
Is it really?
Another classic film.
Wow,
Network.
man.
Yep.
All right, thank you for the call. 479-1080, 218-5726. Okay, so now what, Billy?
And that's it. Having one more than
Congratulations.
Tainted Beans. Dave was not pleased with that bit.
That
at all.
was...
That's okay, though. We had a good time with it.
Okay, here you go.
I can't believe neither of you, Cree or you, Dave, you didn't know any of the questions.
I knew the questions. I just didn't know the answers.
The movies. You didn't know any of the movies.
I don't know why you would think that I would know anything about any of those movies.
Well, that's why it's a game.
I mean, what was the newest movie from 1965, Billy?
No,
Holy
the
cow,
newest
dude.
movie was probably like the 80s, you know?
Jeez,
80s.
man. What are you doing to us?
That was a pear one. Good one. Lime. Pear-like.
Dude, you're eating. You're just saying that because you don't want to admit that you got a bad. There's no way you can statistically get
It
5.
was booger, but he likes it.
Let's face it, they've all been bad, but I'm pretending that they're just tasty.
He eats his own boogers. So okay,
spitting them out.
Yeah. See, there you go. And how come you're not filming yourself eating these?
It's fine to eat your own boogers. Just don't eat other people's boogers.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
What is that?
Why don't you film yourself?
Oh, that was barf. Man.
Get it out of here. I don't want it.
Can you smell it?
No. Oh, don't.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna barf.
Barf.
That was
Please, yeah, come over here so you're in the feed.
That was gross.
Yeah, come over here so you're in the feed. Hey, are we still on? Are we still streaming, Billy?
Yes, we are finally.
So people can see us
one slight technical difficulty, and now we're live streaming on YouTube. Flight 1080, everybody, check it out. And Cree Powell, the comedian, is in here, and she's wearing a lovely outfit. And let's move on to. I want to hear about her character now.
Okay.
Because you got the cool outfit going on.
All right.
Cree.
Hello. My name is Jane Wayne Gacy. Some people might say that I'm John Wayne Gacy's daughter. I like to think that I'm just John Wayne Gacy's second chance at life.
Second chance in life? Are you reincarnated from John Wayne Gacy?
Did he die? Were you there?
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
Is he still alive?
I think he's dead.
We should look it up, Dave. I thought he was dead, too.
Yeah, Wikipedia lies sometimes.
Is he still alive? John Wayne Gacy. So why? So tell us more, Jane Gacy. I like that name. JJ.
It looks like he's still alive.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Cook County, Illinois. So he's down in Chicago.
Down in Chicago with the Blues Brothers, baby. All right. Are you related to John Wayne Gacy? This is gonna get weird, Dave.
I am John Wayne Gacy's progeny. Jane, I would say that, some people believe that John Wayne Gacy might have been executed or is in jail, but maybe John got some plastic surgery and started working out.
And getting buff.
Getting sexy. Got some A-cup breast implants. And
A-cup breast implants?
Yeah, just really went there. So...
Dave, thoughts?
Me.
I am amazed.
Well, I had, the thing is, I had some questions planned for the Miss KSCO contest, but I figure since we
go ahead and
have one, we'll ask her, and she can. There are two questions really. But
okay, what do you look for in a guy? There's a question.
That's a great question. Actually, that's a great question.
Yeah, what do you look for in a mate?
What I look for in a mate is hopefully someone who is young, attractive, like 14, 15 years old.
That's not legal.
Someone who maybe is interested in wrestling but not very good at it.
Soft wrestling.
A soft wrestler. I like that. I like people that are stupid. I like men that are stupid and boys. I like boys that are dead. Those are
Wait a minute.
The best ones.
That's getting into necrophiliac territory, isn't it?
That's weird.
You ought to see Dave's face on the live stream, everybody. You need to go to the Flight 1080 YouTube channel to check out
I like
Dave's
when they're alive too, but I like when they're dead.
Okay. Well,
it means that I
Jane Gacy here. How do you feel about our current president, Mr. Trump?
Who?
Donald J. The man Trump.
He's too old. Yeah, no, not interested.
He's too old because you like young. Like you'd be more maybe you'd like.
He does wear a lot of makeup. That orange makeup that he wears, right? I mean, that's got to count
That's
for
not
something.
orange makeup.
It's
like a tan.
Oh yeah, I'm not interested in dating him, but we do hang out.
Oh.
Yeah, we've
You
been
hang
to
out.
the
with the Trumps.
Yeah.
What about that Baron? He's a young lad.
He's a little
attractive
too
lad.
young and a little too feminine.
Feminine.
Oh, you like a manly man.
I like a manly 14-year-old boy. I like a little hair.
Now wait. Now look. Now you're looking at Dave. Now what do you think that 14 Dave was a very attractive?
I had more hair back then. I can tell you that. Other than that,
but you must have looked a little. You didn't.
Oh,
look
I was very dashing. Yeah,
dashing.
How homeless
dapper.
were you at 14? Because I like that.
not very homeless.
Oh yeah, that's hard. It's hard to get the ones that aren't homeless.
Yeah.
Are we getting any texts or calls, Dave?
We got Dave calling from Salinas.
Dave from Salinas again, huh?
Yeah.
Let's take his call.
Is it you? Are you calling?
It's another Dave.
No, it's a different Dave.
It's an 8-second delay. Maybe you left and called.
Dave, you're about to be on with Jane Gacy.
Yeah, I have a trivia question for a movie, a line from. Let's see if you guys can get it.
All right, cool. Go for it.
I can't give it the whole thing, but it basically is "Get your dirty hands off me."
Oh, is it the Planet of the Apes? Yeah, Planet of the Apes, right?
I've never seen that.
Get your filthy hands off me, you stinky monkey, or something like that, right?
No, you stinking ape.
You stinking ape. Yeah,
I haven't seen that movie.
Now there's a classic, right? That's a classic.
I hear that's a good one. I haven't seen it.
4791080.
No, not that one.
Really?
It's starring Charleston Chew.
But you have seen those other ones.
Those are some of my favorites. Classics, Dave.
Right.
Absolute
I think
classics.
he shops for movies like in the
dollar bin.
Yeah, at 7-Eleven.
We are here with Jane Gacy now.
Jane Gacy, that is correct. And she is the official winner of the
But there
Miss
was only one
KSCO
person who walked in
contest.
here, Billy. So what's going on? What happened? What just happened?
That's her, Jane Wayne Gacy.
Is this like a split personality? I mean,
No, it's not split personality. That's her character. That's her. They're one and the same.
I'm starting to get this now. It's the showbiz thing. I'm starting to get this.
Am
right?
I gonna have to compete with Cree?
No, she left. She's out of here because we're not doing that right now.
I don't want to have to kill her.
No, there's not be nothing like
I
that. You have
killed
a
the
beautiful
other one.
clown wig and lovely makeup, and like I said, it's for the
my hair's
kids.
a mess.
Now, Dave, what do you think of Cree's outfit? I feel
I
that
think it's fantastic. I got one just like it at my house. Actually, I got one just under these clothes, yeah.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. Leotard, skin tight.
Now, tell us a little bit about your look, Jane Gacy, there. How do you develop it? What is your inspiration for your look?
Well, I know that teenage boys like naked women.
I've heard that.
That's something
Only
that
teenage boys.
Teenage boys are less equipped to deal with the sight of a naked body than other people. So I figure the easiest way to get them to come to my house is to just walk around naked.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, I work at Little Caesars, so that's another good way to find
You're a mate.
friends.
479-1080. Aaron calling from Santa Cruz. You're in the air.
Polyamorous.
Aaron?
Hey, yeah. Hi. Yeah, I heard that she had some crazy pubic hair.
Crazy pubic hair. Are you on the YouTube channel watching right now?
Crazy public hair. You're not reading it. You're not reading it right, sir.
It's
Thank you.
natural.
What?
It's natural.
Color.
The colors are similar to the wig. There's yellow, red, and the blue.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about, Billy?
What?
What colors?
She has her outfit on, her costume, Dave.
What do you mean?
He's talking about my costume.
You didn't see what she's wearing, Dave?
I'm afraid to look, dude.
Stand up and show us
I show?
Jane Gacy for the YouTube channel here, your outfit.
Yeah.
How do you like that, Dave?
Holy.
You like that, Dave?
Wow.
It's part. See, I think that's for the kids.
Birthday parties? You do birthday parties? Is that right?
I'll do. Do you have kids?
Yes, but they
you
don't
have a
have
son?
birthdays. Yes.
He doesn't have birthdays?
He's 19 years old. He would probably love that for a birthday party. Okay. Aaron?
Multicolored.
Multicolored. That is correct, Aaron.
Multicolored. Okay, I nailed it down. I nailed it.
You got it right. 479-1080-218-5726. Check us out on YouTube.
He probably drove by earlier.
Yeah, she was outside waving to people in the parking lot, Dave.
Is that why traffic was slowing down so much?
It was.
I was reminding people to drink water by drinking water and standing on the side of the street. naked.
Well, she's not naked. She has got an outfit, leotard. Would you call that a leotard?
It's a flesh-colored. Is that a leotard? What is that thing?
That's a leotard, right?
It's a bodysuit.
It's a bodysuit.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I feel like leotards have sleeves.
Do you feel nervous looking over at her, Dave?
I'm not looking at her, Billy. I'm looking at you.
Okay.
I'm not looking. Yeah.
Now, Jane Gacy, where do you perform? Do you perform comedy, Jane Gacy, around here locally?
We performed. So DNA, you know DNA?
Yes, I've met him once or twice. Yes.
He has booked me. I don't get booked very often, but he booked me to perform, and really it's kind of more like storytelling, just talking about my life at the Last Late Show in the Santa Cruz Comedy Festival last year.
Cool.
So
now, is that going to be going on again this year? Is DNA going to be starting that up? Is that happening?
The festival?
Yes.
Is definitely happening, yes.
Oh, cool.
When is that happening?
I believe that it's in November this year.
Nice.
All right, we'll have to get DNA in here to talk about it, because we've had some local comics, and he kind of runs that scene. He does a great job.
Yes, he does a fabulous job. He's a good dad, and everyone hates him.
Perfect. Dave, do you have any callers on the line there?
No. 47910. Let's check text messages here. If anybody wants to send those in, they can. These are all about your movie trivia.
Oh, I bet a lot of people knew it, huh, Dave? Knew the answers?
Yeah, we should have checked them before, but
People were texting.
Oh, well. We wanted to play really long clips to get Dave irritated, and that's how that went.
You did that,
but he's
right.
mellowed out now, everybody. Callers, it's the perfect time to call in, because Dave is now relaxed and mellow.
Okay, Billy, so who do we have here? Who's in the studio?
Well, we have Miss KSCO going on today, and I tried to promote it as best I could, and we have one contestant, Dave.
So she wins by default.
She wins by default, and I'd like to thank her for coming in, and it's a lot of fun that she's here. I love the outfit. It's Jane Gacy.
If you want,
she's a local comedian.
If you want to check it out, we're streaming for the next 5 minutes, right? And
the next 5 minutes, and that is correct. And actually, when we go to the break, Dave, we'll still be streaming, because everything's working perfectly now. We have the audio in studio for during commercial breaks. You can hear that, and make sure to please hit the like and subscribe button on YouTube there, so you get a notification when Dave goes live.
Now, is that actually paint on your face, or is that a tattoo? Did you have it tattooed on your face?
Oh yeah, the black is tattooed on, and then I just fill it in with paint.
It would make it easier if you just had it all filled in. Then you could just wake up and get right to doing comedy. You don't have to mess with the makeup.
Yeah, but I have to work at Little Caesars, so I don't think that they would be down with the color. They're okay with the lines.
Right. 479-1080. We are here again with Cree, or are we here with
Jane
Gacy.
Jane Gacy.
Middle name?
Jane Wayne Gacy.
Now, are you reincarnated? What's going on there?
Yeah, I wanted to figure that out. You were talking about that earlier. You mentioned something about that.
It's like a second life, maybe. Like not reincarnation, but maybe he was given a second chance.
Do you think you're possessed? Are you possessed by the spirit of a man, a notorious man who is not even dead yet? Do you think his spirit has left him?
Is he really not dead yet?
I don't think he's dead. I don't see his death.
I thought he was.
Oh yeah, he's right. He died in 94. Yeah. So maybe his spirit has left the grave and has taken over your body. Is that, you think, what's going on?
I feel like I've been Jane Wayne Gacy my whole life. Even when I was John.
Now, John/Jane, I'm curious. I was talking to Dave the other day. We're talking about dreams, and you might have some take on this. And I have a lot of recurring dreams about the water and whatnot. And Dave, specifically, he was telling me about his recurring dream. And boy, is it a good one. It's where he's, well, let's just say that.
What?
Well, anyways, I figured out that the water. I figured out that water is, water. It means that I'm a nervous, anxious guy.
Okay, let me ask you, Jane.
Why does that mean that?
I don't know. I saw it in a dream.
Okay, so fine, Bill.
It's got to be true, right?
Oh, so you're just believing someone because they wrote a book?
Well, I figure it's slightly more credible than the internet, but I guess even back in the day there was con men and con women, right?
479-10. Heather calling from Santa Cruz. You're in the air.
Hey, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Hey, I was just calling because I was eating pizza on the beach the other day, and it was from Little Caesars. And I'm just wondering if you guys put dog treats in the pizza, because the dog came and stole all of my pizza, and I'm really concerned.
Yeah, we use dog treats in the sauce.
I think she was trying to say that the pizza is so tasty that dogs love it. But dogs will eat anything.
They'll eat anything.
They'll eat poo.
Oh yeah, there's poo in there too.
47910. I don't think you have to put too much, add too much to a pizza to get a dog to eat that, whether you're on the beach or not. We're heading to a break, Billy. We only got 10 more seconds.
All right. Well, people should go to the YouTube channel, check it out. Stream will be talking between the break there. We're going to come back with Jane Wayne Gacy, local comedian, Bay Area comic, and we're going to try to fire up some new topics. Maybe let's talk about some headlines, Dave, because let's face it, we don't have any other contestants, and so the material that we could have done,
I nominate Phil.
Phil Deseth?
I could have just done other voices. We could have lied.
You know what? You're right.
KSCO. We'll be back.
Good. This will be the clown and geisha mic for people that have faces painted white.
This is what's right. So how do you like working with DNA? Do you work with him a lot?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like the only guy around who does comedy. I mean, if you want to do comedy, you have to kind of go through him.
Yeah, he's just the one that does the work. You know, he puts in the work to produce.
Yeah.
Most of us just want to show up to a show that's already running and perform in it.
Nobody wants to do the real work behind the scenes.
That's the real work.
Go asking people if you can do a thing
promoting
there.
And all that stuff.
Promoting, production is not that easy. So it just involves a lot of talking to people, communicating. So
how did that end up in there? You got more in there too.
I was peeking through some bushes.
Yeah, see? I don't know what that was.
I think this
looks like a dried berry. Were you picking berries?
I think this is just from coming in here from the parking lot.
Cobwebs. Yeah, DNA has been doing this for a long time, and yeah, that is the hard work, is doing all that stuff in the background.
Yeah, and like putting on the comedy festival and stuff, and he was working too while he was doing that, so he was just doing a lot. He's a really good dude though.
Good.
So, yeah.
How are the comedians that go and that you work with? Are they jerks?
Yeah, they're all shitty.
Some of them I've met, and some of them don't seem like the nicest guys. Others, they seem all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a small enough community that we kind of. It's really uncomfortable if everyone doesn't like you, I guess. So sometimes people come and their personalities are pretty imminently toxic, and they don't stick around for very long. But we also tolerate a lot of bullshit. Also, we're if we're comics, so we're just you might only interact with somebody once a week for an hour or whatever. So it's a big variety too. We have 19, 20-year-olds that are part of our group, and then there's I don't know, some super old people. So
super old people.
There's men and women and gender non-binary folks. So we're just all.
Do you think the comedy
the
is harder to do in front of politically correct people? Do you think some people are too? Has that affected your willingness to tell jokes? Billy's out there smoking. He's shy. Okay, I'll tell him. KSCO, your name, where are you calling from? Your name? Renee, hold on.
To answer your question, it doesn't affect me necessarily because my jokes are mostly about like my own experience, so it's not something that I, get pushback from. But I also think that if you're an open micer and your response to not getting the reaction that you want is that people are too PC, you probably suck. Like, you should write better jokes, because like I have people that will message me about that, and they'll be like, where can I do like whatever joke? And I'm like, you can go to these places like, the Blue Lounge on Sunday and Bocce's on Tuesday. Like, you're never gonna probably have any problems with anyone there.
17. We'll see how speeds are looking now. All right. Looks like you're still slow moving as you're heading out of Los Gatos, 10 miles per hour. Once you make it past Highway 9, you should be back to the limit. Here in Santa Cruz, it's slow moving in the southbound direction into Aptos, Monterey into Seaside, as well as Moss Landing, both directions. 101 through Gilroy, and then again near San Juan Road. Stop and go traffic should be expected. 6:06 is the time. Headlines are coming up next. Phil D set the standing by with those. Remember to check out KSCO.com for news, traffic, weather, podcasts, and more. Phil, take it away.
Thanks, Dave, and good afternoon or good evening, Central Coast. The Pinto Lake bicycle pump track will break ground this Monday. Daniel Ditto reports on that.
The new pump track is located at 757 Green Valley Road. Pump tracks serve as training grounds for local mountain bikers, with the sport having deep roots in Santa Cruz County. The Pinto pump track will add to Pajaro Valley planning and local mountain biking activities and facilities. The Pinto Lake project represents the first pump track in Pajaro Valley. For more information, contact Jason Hoppen at 831-454-3401. This is Danielle Ditto for KSCO Radio.
A man who was recently extradited from Mexico for his possible involvement in a 2004 homicide in Watsonville pleaded not guilty in a Santa Cruz County courtroom today. Susan Simon has the details. That was actually 2 days ago.
36-year-old convicted killer Luciano
Friday at 7. See you then.
MeTV is your TV home for memorable entertainment television.
All those in favor of me, say aye. Aye.
This is KSCO, Santa Cruz, Monterey, Salinas.
You're listening to AM 1080 KSCO. Santa Cruz Flight 1080 is back in the air. Billy Army is joining us on this edition.
Flight 1080.
As well as...
we have Cree Powell. Also known as Jane Wayne Gacy, local comedian.
Known as both.
Known as both.
Right. Now, I noticed that you have heavy makeup. I mean, I hope you don't mind me saying that. I've noticed.
Dave, that's for everyday makeup.
And I keep looking at this Twitter page, and I see these guys here who are being charged with the ghost fire, or the ghost ship fire in Oakland, and they are incredibly ugly to look at because they have tattoos on their face. Do you dig guys with tattoos on their face?
Well, most of the guys that I find attractive aren't old enough to get tattoos.
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
But I mean,
I'm curious to ask you, Jane, now that you have been, you will be crowned the official Miss KSCO of 2018 because you participated. And sometimes it's showing up you win, you know what I'm saying, Dave? And that is, I wanted to ask, well, you're here, and that is, I had a question prepared, and that is, between Dave and myself, who do you find more attractive?
What?
Man.
What? Okay, yeah, who is it? Who is it? Yeah. Phil.
Who's Phil?
The guy over there, the third guy.
Oh, hi, Phil.
He's waving.
Yeah.
He's
Am
smiling
I answering
now.
as Jane? I guess.
You can answer as either one. I need to plug the computer laptop in if we're going to lose the feed again. Oh, geez, hold on a second.
479-1080-218-5726. Let's see who's up next. Renee calling from Santa Cruz. You're in the air.
It's Jeanne with a J.
Oh, Jeanne.
And then it's a goo over the first E.
France?
I am not from France, but I have a French background, and I am wondering...
Okay, do you have the Eiffel Tower behind you, or what does that mean, you have a French background?
I do have a poster of the Eiffel Tower behind me, and I'm feeling that I am in France.
Better. Okay.
But I am wondering, it is the KSCO Miss Santa Cruz pageant. What is your idea of the ideal date?
Yeah, but there's a good question, Billy. Not like your dumb question.
That was
Thank you, John A.
That was a good question, John.
Yeah, that is a good question, yeah.
Well, I can talk about, I think, one of my favorite dates. I was driving around. I passed by a bus stop, and I saw a young man. I picked him up in my car, and I drove him around. I showed him all of the sights. I like to be in charge. I like to be in control.
That's my kind of lady, Dave.
And then I told him that I was going to take him back to the bus so that he could catch his connecting bus.
Oh, I like where the story is going, Dave. I ride the bus.
But instead, I brought him to my house, and he spent the night. And then in the middle of the night, I choked him.
Some people are into that, Dave.
Yeah.
Actually,
I got a boner.
I thought that was going to be
the beautiful thing is, Jane has just a lovely face that everyone needs to go to the Flight 1080 on the YouTube channel. to see how beautiful she really is.
The last face you might ever see.
It's so romantical.
Flinks and Aptos, you're in the air.
Flinks, what's happening?
Hey, wait. I think I'm seeing Bigfoot right now. I see him in the fog like the trees, and I want to try to be quiet, but it's really scary out here in the fog, and I can't tell if it's a tree or if it is Bigfoot. Oh, I gotta hang up. Oh, my God.
Oh, Flinks. He's out of there. He sailed right out there. Flinks, man. He's one of our favorite callers. Well, another one bites the dust, Dave. Too bad it wasn't Billy Sunshine.
I'm glad he's dead.
Just kidding, Billy. We love you.
We'll get another listener.
We will, absolutely, indeed.
We'll find another one. All right. Any more questions, Billy?
Well, I mean, she didn't answer that question yet. What was left hanging about which of the two between you and I?
Oh, you really want that answer, huh?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
geez.
I do, Dave.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, hard pass on both. You're way too old.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Very good.
Like
I like
50
that.
years
I like
older
that.
than my target.
50 years older? Man, we must look terrible, Dave. We've been staying out in the sun too long or something. Our skin's getting leathery. And it looks like we got somebody else on Flight 1080 on the line and possibly here to talk to Jane Wayne Gacy.
William, calling from Santa Cruz. You're in the air.
William, what's going on?
Hi,
Hey, I just wanted to see what is Cree's favorite date in the world? Like, where does she like to go at night? In Santa Cruz. In Santa Cruz.
At night? Oh my God.
Cree.
Okay,
sir.
You're asking for it.
So this is a similar question to the last one, but it's more like where does she like to hang out in the evening times?
Right, and it's Cree. So I like to go to open mics and comedy shows.
There you go.
That's an ideal date for me.
479-1080. I think Jane would say the ideal date is the place to go is where they can't hear you scream, right? Somebody like something like that would be.
This is Dave getting into it now. I like it.
I have a crawl space.
Do you really?
Yeah.
A crawl space? How big is it?
You know that phrase, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
I do.
Do you know what a drunk teenage boy would do for a piece of fried chicken?
Oh, dear.
No, I'm afraid to ask.
Oh, dear.
479-1080-218-5726, DM at KSCO.com.
Oh, Dave.
Yes,
it's
sir.
so wonderful. The shot of you, and she's behind you, and she's just smiling devilishly, Dave. I think she likes
Is she going to murder me, Billy?
No,
I'm not going to look,
Dave,
dude.
no,
I'm not going to look. Is she going to kill me?
No.
Okay.
Nothing like that's going to happen, Dave. Do we have another caller?
No. The lines are clear. If you want to get on board, now's the time to do it. 479-1080.
All right. Well,
it's the time to do it.
Jane.
I love Axe body spray.
Jane, what is one of your
Axe body spray smells so good.
Axe body spray? That's for the men like that, right?
It's an aphrodisiac.
I don't know if I've seen the commercials for it. Those are very popular, and I think, but I've never tried it.
Yeah, just coat yourself in Axe body spray.
Is that the key? Do you think that's the key for all of our single male listeners out there right now? We have Jane Wayne Gacy.
Hi.
And you can check her out on YouTube, Flight 1080 channel.
Son.
Now, Jane, what do you think for those single men out there in our audience? They're having a hard time meeting the ladies. What's some tips you can give them as to maybe how they could have better odds with the ladies?
Well, you could go on to dating websites and say that you are gender non-binary. I think that might
gender non-binary
to some ladies.
Is that right?
Sure. Why not? Try everything, right?
Now, what type of dating websites are out there available? I'm sure you're on all of them because of what you do. What are some of your favorites? You like that? I have some a recent friend who was divorced. I think he's going to be on the air at some point here. But he's on that OK Cupid one. I hear that's a pretty popular one. Do you like that one, Jane?
I mean, I like Tinder.
Tinder is a popular one.
Grindr.
I don't know that one. Do you know that one, Dave? Grindr, that dating app?
No, I don't. Is that sounds like some kind of nasty thing going on?
Well, there's so many. There's, like I was saying before, OK Cupid and Grindr I'd not heard of.
No.
You know, back in the day,
Someone should call in and tell
ago.
them what Grindr is. Listeners.
Someone should. Yes, please call us and tell us what it is.
Oh,
you know, I've tried dating some of those dating apps and no responses. Much like the Miss KSCO contest. It just
you need one where there's no picture. There's no picture or
I think
description.
I hate to say it, but at the end of the day, I think it's just my face.
Let's see what I think it's Timmy or Jimmy, or it could be
Timmy or Jimmy.
You're in the air.
Hi, yeah, I mean, my favorite things in the world are candy and pizza. I want to know what, I think it's Cree? Cree, what is your favorite candy and / pizza?
Ooh, Mambas and any pizza. Whatever pizza's in front of me. So,
Is it a meat or
the Little
vegetarian
Caesars
pizza?
lunch special. A fish pizza?
Meat or vegetarian?
Meat, but just pepperoni. Like, don't go crazy. Don't put a bunch of stuff on there.
Yeah, we don't want
vegetables.
camel meat.
You're not a fan of the meat lovers pizza where they put like 3.5 pounds of different meats and cheeses on it. And then
I want to be able to hold the
days.
pizza in my hand and like bite into it.
479-1080. Any kind of meat that you wouldn't accept on there, like I don't know, ham, camel meat. I don't know.
There's a lot of meat I don't like on pizza.
I'm not a fan of Canadian bacon. I like
I don't care for that either.
That weird Canadian bacon. I just don't like a bunch of stuff on my pizza.
You care for more simple, A couple
Pepperoni,
of
cheese,
toppings.
just mushrooms, something like that. I'm not trying to make a mess. I eat it in my car a lot.
479. Should we take these calls, Billy?
Yes, Dave, absolutely.
Against my better judgment, Mike, you're in the air.
Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, Dave, it's your buddy Mike here. Yes,
Mike,
sir.
what's happening, buddy?
Hey, I just want to congratulate Gene on being the first Miss KSCO. That is a real honor, Gene.
Absolutely, and she set the bar high with her beautiful, how she's dressed today. It's wonderful.
And there will never be another first Miss KSCO.
You are 100% correct.
Would you be? I mean, he sounds like a looker, Mike. Would you? I mean.
Mike,
is there a type of voice that you're looking for, Cree or Jane? Is it this type of? I mean, he sounded pretty sexy to me. I would think.
I mean, a very high-pitched voice, probably.
Hi there. What's going on?
I think it's. I don't know if it's Ombus. You're in the air.
Wow, that's a cool name.
Bumbus.
You're in the air.
Bumbus.
That's not as cool.
I just want to say the best site to go on to date the ladies is the Plenty of Fish. It's free.
Plenty of Fish. That's another one I haven't heard of.
479-1080 DM at KSCO.com.
Dave, read it.
True. What?
Dave, read the text. Are you looking at the text?
No. I was looking at something else. Let me see. I'll read the text, though. If we get them, I'll read them.
Getting excited.
Millionaire Matchmaker is another good dating site.
Is that really
is that a legit one?
Is that like
obviously you guys aren't in?
I guess
no, definitely not.
Is that like
even close to being a millionaire?
Sugar baby or sugar baby, right? Where they're looking for sugar daddies or something like that.
I've never heard of any of these websites.
Come on, man, you're not hip.
No, I'm afraid I'm not one of those people.
I don't know. I think
your definition of hip is that I'm out of the loop.
I think I've heard that before.
I think it's where millionaires meet other millionaires so that they can marry each other's money, so they don't accidentally fall in love with somebody and risk sharing their assets with a poor person.
Yeah, that would just be a horrible thing to have to do, wouldn't it, Dave?
It's just
sharing.
479-1080. Let's see what Johnny has to say. You're in the air.
Johnny, what's going on?
Hey, I was wondering if Cree had a boyfriend. She sounds awesome.
She is awesome.
Probably killed them all. No?
She's doing really good. Is she single or what?
No. Cree is not single, no. Jane
Cree's
is.
not single?
No.
Cree has a boyfriend?
Cree has a boyfriend.
No.
So, back off.
Well,
oh, come on.
Just because I look like I don't have a boyfriend, and just because my boyfriend doesn't exist, doesn't mean he's not real. Okay.
Now, does he?
I think Cree has room for a boyfriend, another boyfriend.
Oh yeah, I could definitely take on a couple more boyfriends.
Oh, okay.
But I do have a boyfriend.
But you can have another one though.
Well, I don't want to just do one. It's either one or like 4, right? Like if it's just 2, then you're cheating.
So as long as it's more than a couple, then you're good.
Yeah, if you and like 3 of your friends are 16-year-old boys.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. We're fine. We're good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your call. 47910, Johnny. That was Johnny calling from.
Good one, Johnny. Yeah, good call.
There.
That was a good call, right?
Yeah, it was excellent. Yeah, it was a fantastic
Keep
call.
talking to Cree, not Jane.
Now, is your boyfriend also heavy on the makeup too? Is he into like guy liner and that kind of stuff?
Okay, sorry, this is confusing. I'm Cree, so
Cree, I'm sorry, Cree.
yeah. No, he isn't. He is Asian, so he's naturally beautiful and does not ever need to wear makeup.
Oh,
yeah.
Now, out of all of the Asian ethnicities, who do you feel is the most beautiful? Would it be the Korean, Japanese, Taiwanese, Filipino?
This is a gross conversation, first of all, but I would say that Hmong probably is.
Hmong?
Yeah.
I've never heard that term. Have you, Dave?
I think she made it up. Did you just make it up?
No,
I don't know.
Hmong.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hmong.
Yes, no.
Okay, well,
The
interesting.
movie Gran Torino.
I love that movie, Dave. It's one of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies, actually. I think it's
Oh, you didn't bring a 4-minute clip of it?
I'm going to do that next time. Yeah, Dave is so irritated with that. Did the audience? I want to hear if the audience enjoyed that. I think the audience
thinks those clips are too long, Billy. That's what the audience thinks.
It's because nobody has an attention span in America anymore.
What?
That's the problem.
Okay, what else are we going to do, Billy? What else are we going to get on?
I don't know. I mean, we can talk about whatever we like. I mean,
anybody have any questions for our guest, Cree, or
Cree,
Jane?
But I want to hear from Jane Wayne Gacy. I want to hear what she's been doing, what's going on, and what's happening. That's what I'd like to know about. Is Jane going to be appearing anywhere upcoming?
Your dreams.
Oh. Not in my dreams, because my dreams have been really, really bad, man. Somebody.
That sounds like a place for me.
That sounds like a place for her. Exactly.
I don't know.
I don't know, Dave.
I don't know about this dream. This is weird. Do you have weird dreams?
Do I have weird dreams?
Yeah. Well, do you have weird dreams?
Yes. Actually, I have a lot of really mundane dreams. But like I'll dream and the climax of the dream or whatever is that I'm like about to take a bite of pizza or someone's like handing me a stick of gum. And then I wake up and I'm mildly disappointed.
But only mildly disappointed.
Yeah. Well, pizza, sometimes I'm more than mildly disappointed, but...
Would you say that pizza is your favorite food?
Pizza is my favorite person.
Oh, you're going to have to explain that one.
It's just better than people.
Better than most people. I agree.
It really...
Yeah,
because
you know
loves
what?
me.
Like every time we get that, we get Mountain Mike's Snowy Alps pizza in here, and I prefer that far to Dave.
People scream when you bite them, right? Pizza doesn't.
Yeah, that's
right?
true.
Man, you guys have a lot of common. You should hang out, Dave. I told you this was going to go great.
Jason is calling from SoCal.
Jason, what's happening?
You're in the air.
Like every time we get that.
Okay, listen. If you're listening on the air and you're going to call in, please turn your radio off. You got an 8-second delay.
Himself.
Okay, Jason, you're in the air.
Where's Cree going to be performing next?
Where am I going to be performing next? What's today? Friday?
Today's Friday.
Friday.
And she sounds really funny. Where can I find her next?
She is going to check. She's checking her notes here, and she's going to let you know quite shortly, it looks like.
Keep it tuned in, and we'll let you know.
Come see me at Bruno's in Scotts Valley last Sunday funnies.
Okay, I'll be there.
See me there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Bruno's in Scotts Valley.
Wait a minute. You're going to be in Bruno's last Sunday?
Last Sunday of every month.
Oh.
Yeah. Come see me in the past.
It sounded a little weird at first when she said it.
Yeah, just come see me last Monday. I was thinking, wow, that's kind of, you have to get into a time machine to do that.
So that's where you're regularly at?
Last Sunday.
That's where you're regularly at?
Yeah, we have a monthly show there.
Cool.
So I host it. Usually.
Oh, nice.
Now, how many people show up there? I mean, how many comedians show up?
We usually have about 10 comedians on the lineup, and we have I'm not sure if that's going to be the case forever, but that's how we're doing it right now. And then we have about 50 audience members, paying audience members. And Bruno's is awesome. They have a beautiful patio. You can go smoke. You can go up on the second story patio and smoke a cigarette if that's what you want to do. They have a bar upstairs. They have a bunch of TVs, so you can just leave the comedy show and watch hockey if you want. It's pretty cool.
The last Sunday of this is the Bruno's up in Scotts Valley, or
Yep.
Okay, well that's easy to remember. Then it's called Last Sunday's
Last Sunday Funnies.
Last Sunday Funnies. I like that. That's cool. 218-572-6479-1080.
Flight 1080, Dave Michaels and Billy Army, and we have Miss KSCO. The winner is here with us. And that is Cree Powell, a local comedian, Bay Area comedian. You guys need to check her out. Hey, Cree, do you have a Facebook page or anything you want to promote? Let our audience know about where you're going to be, stuff like that? Anything like that?
I'm on Facebook. My name is Cree Powell. You can follow me on Instagram, Cree Pow Pow. But I don't care if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter. I only pretty much tweet at Doug Benson because I'm trying to get him to come to Santa Cruz.
That would be great, man.
Right?
That would be fantastic.
Okay, so listeners of this radio program, please tweet at Doug Benson and tell him to come to Santa Cruz, because I've been tweeting at him, and then all of the comics that have come through that have like performed with him, like we had Brooks Wheelan in town. He said he would mention it to him. Amy Miller and Chad Opitz, who are regulars on the Doug Loves Movie podcast, they both said that they would mention it to him. We had Jeff Tate in town recently. He's also on his podcast all the time. So we're really trying to get, we're like, your buddies are coming here. Why don't you come here? Isn't that weird that he's not here? Like that he doesn't perform here?
Well, it's just going to take some time to get him out here, and we'll see how great it is.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen. That's an awesome idea. I love it.
479-1080, 218-5726. Let's break for headlines. Phil D. Seth is looking for something to do, so we're going to give it to him. He's got your headlines. Remember to check out KSCO.com for news, traffic, weather, podcasts, and more. It's all right there, KSCO.com. If you don't believe me, check it out for yourself tonight or tomorrow. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's ready for you to check it out. Here's Phil. We'll find something. We got a whole stack of things to talk about. Are we using the studio mic now?
Yeah, we have a hot mic.
Okay, good. Then better watch what we say.
Careful. This seat's taken. Cree, do you want to talk about anything specifically, or?
I don't know. Do I want to talk about anything specifically? Not really. Like I can like do some minutes if you guys want.
Mimics.
Some
Man,
minutes.
I was gonna talk about tell your story, your dream, Dave. You keep.
Oh, my dream?
You want to talk about it?
Oh my God, dude.
You get so like
I'll tell about it. I mean, I'll tell about it. I don't care. But it's really creepy. And you know why I don't like to tell about it is because what if there's something, like there's something to it.
No, come on, really?
But he's talking about that I have a dream that I killed somebody and that and that the cops are getting closer and closer to discovering that it was me.
It's a stressful dream.
And they've brought me in and they've already questioned me and all this. They know something, and it just bugs the fucking shit out of me, man. And I wake up like holy crap. And I don't like to talk about it because what if?
No, I hear you.
I mean, holy cow, dude.
Yeah, I hear you.
You probably actually just killed somebody in your sleep, and you.
Maybe I rolled over on him or something.
Or you sleepwalked.
Ambien, right? Ambien.
Are you taking Ambien?
Yes. No, I don't.
Yeah, you're doing all
You're
kinds
going
of
to
stuff.
jail. No, seriously, the dream reminds me similar to the water dream, or the stealing. I had this recurring dream. I broke into like a bank and stuff. And they're like getting closer to me, finding me and stuff. And it's like the dreams change. Like it's like a plot to it. Like at one point in the dream, like there's like an officer showing us my house. Like he's like he knows that it's me. It's like and it's ongoing and it's very stressful. Like that.
It is stressful. Yeah, it's ongoing, dude.
Ongoing.
It's bizarre.
I stopped having him, so maybe you'll stop having him someday.
I don't know, Billy.
Yeah, but see, if you've been taking Ambien, you're probably going to prison.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of been. It's like, can you convict someone for what they did under the influence of Ambien?
I think you can.
I can probably try. I know
I
they'll
think,
try.
yeah.
I know that.
But it's interesting because, like, if you drink alcohol or take, like, recreational drugs and commit a crime during that, during, like, a mania or whatever, there's no, like, of course, we're just gonna convict you of whatever, you know what I mean? It's like you just get convicted of whatever crime you did, but if it was, there's this, I mean, I'm just gonna end up putting makeup on, getting makeup all over this too.
Right. Well, I just
so I can.
Either way, I'm clear it off. It's closer to you.
4791080. You're listening to Flight1080KSCO.com. We are in the final stretch. Billy Army and Cree Powell and Jane Wayne Gacy joining us today. Jane Wayne Gacy, right? Or is it Jane Gacy? Just Jane Gacy.
Wayne Gacy.
All right. If you have any questions for our guests, you can give us a call, 4791080. Where are we going now, Billy?
Well, Dave, do we need more texts?
Let's see if we have any questions for our guest.
What, Dave? What? Read it.
Can I read this?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a moron. Let's read the moron text.
Pretending to be gay can get hot chicks to try to get you in the sack. Pretending to be gay can get hot chicks to try to get you in the sack.
Yeah, that is an idiot.
That's not a well thought out plan, right?
Sounds like.
I would say that it's probably true, and it probably goes on. And I don't.
That's a person that thinks that women are stupid.
Right, it's not a good idea.
Yeah, you're garbage, whoever you are.
She said it first here on Flight 1080.
Can get hot chicks to get you in the sack.
To try to get you in. So it's like
so they can try to convert you.
Gay so that women can try to convert you. I don't want to have sex with gay men. Like that's not sense. Like why would you want to have sex with somebody that's not turned on by you? That's not an appealing.
How could you do that, right?
Like that's that's what an idiot sounds like, you guys.
218-5726-DM at KSCO.com. Billy, you want to tell us about your dream?
Pretending to be gay. Didn't I tell you about my dream the last time?
You told me, but you didn't tell the audience.
Well, you've spoken about, maybe you'll tell your dream at some point. It's a very stressful, ongoing dream that you have, Dave. Right. But I have something similar to that, and I stopped having the dream a while back, but for years I think it went on, and it was like that I had robbed like a bank, like this vault, like a really complicated, like I'd got in there and I tunneled in and I was in the vault, all this money, and I got away with it, but then months went by and all of a sudden like the police were coming around my house and everything, they're knocking on the door, and they knew it was me, and every time I have the dream it would be like a plot, and it would just be further and further in the plot, and I always felt they were getting closer and closer to me, Dave.
Shouldn't you be having dreams like you went to the improv and killed it? You slayed them?
You know what's
what
funny?
they say?
I've never had a dream about doing stand-up comedy, ever. I've never had one. I've never had a dream doing stand-up.
Really?
No, I never had that dream. Never, ever. Just a weird, something about robbing a bank, and cops are getting closer and closer every day.
That's definitely weird.
Yeah, it was stressful, but I stopped having them. So thankfully, Dave, I'm letting you know that you'll probably stop having those dreams eventually. Probably.
Good. 218-5726-DM at KSCO.com.
How about you, Cree? Do you ever have any strange dreams?
I had a strange dream that ended with a pun, and then I woke up. And I'm trying to remember what it was.
It ended with a pun?
Yeah.
That's unusual.
In the dream, we were like walking around in this neighborhood, and I think we were like driving our cars down a sidewalk because whatever, and it was very hilly, and we like almost hit a homeless man with our car, and then I was trying to explain to him why we were driving the car down the sidewalk, and he said something dismissive, and it was like a pun. I feel like it might be written in this book, but it was basically him just being like, I don't care, like, you're an idiot or whatever. But and then I just like woke up, like the rim shot was me waking up. I was like, all right.
I never write down my dreams, never write down the funny things that I think of. And I do think of some funny things, but I never, ever write them down.
Yeah, you got to write them down.
Yes.
Because you never remember them. I mean, that's the reality. I don't remember anything ever. I have to write things down. How about you, Cree? Do you have to write things down, or you got a pretty good memory there?
I have a terrible memory. I have to write things down.
Yeah, see,
I mean,
the same way.
In order to start doing stand-up, I had to write material for like a year.
What inspires you to write your jokes? I mean, where do you find the funniest time? When are you the funniest creatively?
Usually it's just I work at Coffeetopia, and that's one where I will like I'm just conversing with someone, usually like they're 10 years younger than me or something, like, and I'm just having a conversation with somebody about all kinds of random things, and funny stuff comes out. So like, you know, when you're with your friends and you are talking and you say something funny, and there's a context for that, so you can't just take that and turn it into a joke somewhere else.
Right.
Because there was a context for that joke. You had to set up, all you had to do was think of a punchline. That's why it doesn't translate being funny in person to being funny on stage. But sometimes I'll just do that, and the interaction, the social interaction is usually where it comes from.
Is it death to kind of set it, like you said, you know, when you have those jokes, when you're hanging out with your friends and you come up with a punchline, you come up with a joke, it's in the context of that conversation, right? Or it's very dependent on what's going on at that moment. So if you can make a good joke out of it that you want to tell on stage, is it death to kind of try to paint this picture and put people in that context? Is that kind of a bad thing to do?
You can try. I mean,
it's kind of like forcing it, right?
Yeah, like sometimes I'll hear a comic do something on stage where they're describing a conversation that they had, and then they say a funny thing that they said, and I don't think that that's not a good joke. Like, you're just reminiscing out loud about a funny thing that you said. But you can, if it's a joke, like if you just throw out a silly thing and it's kind of loose and floats on its own, something else might happen in your life where that fits in to, like, I have like these one-liners or something that I'll write that are just these, you know, generalizations. Like, I had this one-liner forever. Nobody's ever left a Coke dealer's house and thought, I should spend more time with that guy.
Right.
It's fine. It's funny on its own, but like just saying that, like having that as just like a loose puzzle piece basically in the middle of a set where I'm telling longer stories and bits and that are more complicated, is just it was weird and it didn't fit. But then
non sequitur.
Yeah.
But what if you were just to put a whole list of 50 things like that, zingers, bang, 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 like Henny Youngman used to do?
Sure, that'd be like a Stephen Wright style of comedy.
Yeah. I'm just not that good
so much
of a writer.
Well, there's different types of comics.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree, Cree, that, I mean, there's some stand-up comics that are very tight to their material, their written material. I think Seinfeld is much like that, whereas other comics are much, much looser. I think Bill Burr is one of them. And then you have guys like Norm Macdonald, who are a bit of a mix.
Bill Burr, is he a comedian? Because I've only seen him do like podcasts and more of a commentator.
He does a lot of podcasting, yeah.
That's how I know him.
Yeah, right. He's very popular with that now.
He's probably the biggest stand-up comedian that's still active, and you know, since Louis C.K. got dethroned, I think Bill Burr, he's definitely like the biggest redheaded stand-up comedian as far as being part of the comedy community and also having like the respect of the comedy community. I mean, he's
Bill Burr is definitely top of the line,
and he's pretty mainstream. I mean, he sells out big theaters and stuff. It's pretty mainstream. Not everybody cares about comedy.
Chris, we should ask you, who are your favorite male stand-up comic and female stand-up comic?
Is there a difference? I mean, it's one. I mean.
Well, I'm asking her because a lot of people know the male comedians, and it's a lot don't know the female comedians. So I like to give them a chance and have her answer both questions. I think is valid.
I mean, I can't really narrow it down to one, but right now, Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky, they are a married couple, and they are both fantastic stand-up comedians, so they definitely fit that category. Also love Marcella Arguello. She just filmed a Netflix special at the Punchline. It's not out yet, but it's going to be amazing. She's so funny. It's going to be fantastic. Nikki Glazer is fantastic. Michelle Wolf is fantastic. I love Tig Notaro. Yeah, there's a lot. Janine Garofalo. She was fantastic. She was here.
Sure. Cool.
I don't know a lot of the older, classic comics. I just didn't familiarize myself with them when I was young, and trying to listen to that now is it's like trying to watch a movie from the 40s. You're just like, I don't.
Do you feel this dated? Who's someone you tried to listen to that you felt this way about? I'm curious.
Who's the Bruce?
Bruce Springsteen?
No,
he's not a comedian.
I know who you're talking about.
Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, he broke all the walls of he was saying stuff that nobody was saying into a microphone
at that time.
So he kind of broke down these barriers for us, but I hate everything that came out of his mouth.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I also was not a big fan of Lenny Bruce. I haven't heard a lot of his material, but he was a groundbreak. You got to give him credit for that.
Yeah.
But in terms of a stand-up comic, being funny, being really funny, I don't think he was one of the funniest. I hate to say that.
Well, then who was one of the funniest, Billy?
Well, he's probably dead.
Well, I think if you're going to... Well, we don't want to go back because she's not really into going back that far back in time. But, around that time period, I would have to say that... as much as I hate to say it, Bill Cosby.
Really?
It's okay.
Bill Cosby is funny man.
I never thought he was funny.
Yeah,
have you heard his albums, Dave?
Funny.
I have, and I thought his comedy was ridiculously silly.
I like that stuff.
Really?
I like that stuff.
Okay. All right. I mean, I asked you. So
different strokes for different folks, as they say.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned...
I secretly watch Louis C.K. videos on YouTube still, and now YouTube sends me, he does a podcast with Jim Norton, and YouTube sends me the push notifications when a new episode airs.
Jim Norton is working with him now?
Yeah, I mean, Jim Norton, he doesn't care.
I watched Jim Norton recently do something, and I thought, man, he is so unfunny.
Really?
I was shocked. Yeah, because he's considered to be really good, and I was like, this is not that funny. I think Jim Gaffigan is hilarious.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
You like dad? You like dad jokes?
Well, I don't know about that. My favorite, I've told Dave this many times, and the audience knows, that my favorite stand-up comic, and I think it has been working for some time, is the great Norm Macdonald.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's acceptable. Did you go see him last week?
I wanted to go see him. I tried to make it happen, and I couldn't do it. I was very bummed about it.
Where was he?
He was at the San Jose Improv.
Oh, wow.
Improv. Yeah. And you've had Kenny Thompson on here before.
Kenny Thomas,
excuse me. And he sent me a text because Kenny used to work over there at the Improv, and I was telling him that Norm's going to be there. He told me a great story. He texted it to me, where last time, I guess, Norm performed there, he was doing a set, and at one point he started telling some abortion material, and audience got very upset. Half of them walked out. And
in San Jose?
In San Jose, yes. It wasn't this recent time. This happened probably a few years ago.
So that's what I don't know. They went to a comedy show.
Right. I know. Isn't that great? I know exactly.
To see Norm Macdonald, and they thought that their personal opinions and beliefs were going to be respected. It's bananas.
Yeah,
anyway.
It's crazy time we're living in with the.
Well, that's why a lot of comedians leave politics out, right?
Yeah, a lot of them do, and for the most part, Norm does. For the most part, see, I think Norm is working on another level. If you can put the pieces together, you can see what he's really saying. But he does not really do politics per se.
I mean, I think he's also just really good at doing comedy and not trying to tell people what to think.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely.
And that's why I don't find politics interesting as a topic for comedies, because it's too loaded in its own like all you're doing is like cheerleading basically when you're doing it. You're saying like boo them, and people are like but their standard for a joke because they just agree with you.
Now see, I think you're onto something there. It's something that I've complained to Dave about recently with all the late night hosts. And, the late night comedy hosts it used to be so politicized as they are now. It's like every night the monologue is like it's political, just straight up like biased politically, and it didn't used to be like that. The only one who doesn't do that is Jimmy Fallon, and I like Jimmy Fallon. People give him a hard time sometimes, but I like the guy.
He's good. I like him.
And and it didn't used to be like that with the late night hosts, and I don't care for it personally. How do you feel about that, Cree?
I don't watch their monologues, but I love Jimmy Kimmel. I think he's great.
So you're a Jimmy Kimmel person. I'm a Jimmy Fallon guy. Jimmy Kimmel, I think.
I don't know why people find Jimmy Fallon funny. I've never found him funny, but it's whatever. Jimmy Kimmel's great. But I don't watch the show, and I don't care about how he feels about politics. I don't think that we should care how everybody feels about politics. I don't think we should care what everybody thinks. Like I don't think that people should care what I think. That's just kind of where I'm at with that.
And the other thing at the end of the day is like if you're trying to get your information from some late night comedian,
right?
That's probably not the best.
Yeah, you're probably not doing enough research, right?
Well, and it's the same 8 things that were trending on Twitter all day. That's the thing too. It's like by the time the late night show comes out, any joke, because they have these jokes that are written by like professional writers, but it's also like every other human being went on Twitter, saw that news, whatever bit of information that happened, and then tweeted a one-liner about it. So there's already been like 8,000 jokes made about this thing that just happened. Everybody put it out there, so it's like, why are we?
Have you guys ever heard that Conan O'Brien steals jokes off the internet like that? Like you're talking about, he sees those jokes.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
I have heard that so many times, dude, and seen examples of people posting tweets of Conan O'Brien telling jokes that were posted on the internet earlier in the day.
I wonder if he paid them though, like if he contacted them and paid them.
Maybe he did.
Yeah, that's possibility
maybe
too.
he did. How many? I mean, they must have like a team of writers, right? These guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all the late night.
How many do you think they have? 4 or 5?
Usually they have like at least 4 or 5. Sometimes there's 10 or 12. Yeah, there can be a lot of writers.
Holy cow!
Important.
Yeah, I mean, well, think about it, Dave. Every day they're on the air, and it's like you doing your show, and then all of a sudden you got to do a 10-minute monologue of like high quality jokes. Well,
and have it for
not easy.
Millions and millions of people to enjoy. So
4719. Why do you like Jimmy Fallon more than?
I like Jimmy Fallon more simply because of the way that the show is handled, and it is the writing and the monologues. They don't do a lot of political stuff, and it's more neutral, and it feels like that's the way to do an entertainment variety show of that nature. Whereas all the other late night hosts, it's like the whole thing is politicized. I feel it's like
Colbert is like that came with that.
Right. Well, Colbert, that was the nature of the show, the shtick. But now every late night talk show is like just a monologue.
Do you think Colbert is funny, Billy?
I don't care for him.
Cree?
I think he's funny. I haven't watched any of these shows, and I don't think I've ever seen any of them all the way through. I might have seen an episode of Colbert.
Think he's funny though.
But oh man, on the Daily Show, he was brilliant. He was so good.
Yeah,
Strangers with Candy, so good, just great.
Yeah, he was great. The reason why I like Jimmy Fallon is because I think that he makes a total fool of himself sometimes. I mean, just makes himself look ridiculous for the sake of the joke. And he dresses funny, just does weird things, and he's not afraid to go out there and just hang himself to get that laugh, and I think that's great.
Yeah, I think he's a true performer. I really do. An entertainer and performer. He's great. And to be fair, he was never really a stand-up comedian, but he was a writer.
From Saturday Night Live, wasn't he?
He's a sketch guy, and writer, but never per se
laughed through every scene he was in.
He does, yes.
He likes to crack up. He has a good time.
Yeah, I was like, he was probably really fun to work with, but I just never.
I also hear he's a raging.
Oh, really?
He likes to hit the bottle. Yeah, if you look at him, he looks like he's kind of drunk half the time.
I haven't seen him recently. The show. I don't watch too much TV.
Yeah, take a look at him next time. You'll
I'm
see
gonna
his
do that.
cheeks are rosy and his nose is red.
Yeah, tonight I'm going to do that, Dave.
Yeah,
definitely.
check him out.
You could be right. You're onto something, maybe.
479-1080. We got about 4 minutes left because none of these clocks are right except for this one.
We got anybody on that line, Dave?
No, phone lines are open, Billy. I think we're going to go ahead and finish it off here.
Well, that's excellent. Well, I want to thank Cree Powell for coming in. It's wonderful. And you are the 2018 winner of Miss KSCO. And now I'm going to reveal the prize.
God. Billy, you're going to do
it. And for those of you on the...
I told him not to do this.
What? Come on, Dave.
I apologize for him. Oh, my God.
Miss KSCO prize. What do you mean, Dave?
Oh, boy. Here we go. Are you ready, Cree? Are you?
I think I'm...
Contestants, but see, now you get the
I think I'm ready.
Crown. The Miss KSCO crown.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
You get the little...
I mean, that's not the worst thing
my God.
that happened to me.
Wand here.
Oh.
There you go.
Because I'm magical.
That's a scepter. Yes. That's a scepter. It will work 3 miracles, but you have to use them wisely.
Cool. I will save it for D&D because it will come in more useful.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Plays D&D
wait a minute
too.
Did you just say you played?
I love D&D.
Did you just say you play Dungeons and Dragons?
I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh
Dave,
my God,
Dave,
that is so
awesome.
cool, man. That is so cool.
I'm not like other girls. Sorry.
That is awesome.
You are way cooler than other ladies.
Do you dress up while you play D&D?
No. But I am going. I've been working out because I want to be my character.
What is your character? What race?
Right now I'm playing a halfling shadow monk.
Yes.
Named Toop. He's a teenage boy. I don't want to be him. My character that was like my first character, my first real character that I connected with was Gale. She was a half orc.
Did she die?
No, they just made me get it. She was too powerful, so I had to.
So she kind of built her own kingdom and went off into retirement.
Yeah, they were like, we're starting a new campaign, and you have to be someone else.
I always like to play like the elf. I like to be elves or like the half elf things, whatever.
Yeah, I don't mess with the magic too much. I like to find magic items, but I like to just swing a sword or a hammer or like. Well, as a monk, I just fight people with my hands, but I just like the fighting part.
How about you like slippery characters like thieves and then their ability to kind of get out of tight situations? I always thought that was a cool skill. You don't want to be a thief, but their ability to get out of tight situations was pretty nice.
I don't remember that. I never played the thief. I was always just like to be the wizard elf. That was my thing, Dave, to be a wizard elf.
Well,
nobody likes it.
I've only been playing for a little over 2 years, so I feel like it's hard to be natural and be like instinctive. So I like a character that's just really simple and naive. Like I just make my character as naive as possible. So like Gale was just a dummy.
And she survives just by dumb luck?
She's just super strong. She was just really strong. So
479-1080, Billy.
All right, Dave.
We're gonna wrap it up, dude.
It's been a beautiful show. It's been great. Flight 1080, Dave Michaels. I'm Billy Army. The first Miss KSCO has won. Cree Powell. She is Miss KSCO of 2018, Dave. Very exciting. We did a lot of promoting for it, and not all ideas pan out as well as we like them to, do they, Dave?
You got to try, though, Billy.
That's right. You have to try. And Cree knows that. And as a stand-up comic, fellow stand-up comic, you got to get out there. And sometimes it's scary when you have brand new material and they've never tested it.
Sunday Night Funnies? Is that what it is?
Last Sunday Funnies at Bruno's in Scotts Valley. Last Sunday of the month. I believe this month it's the 26th.
That's the last Sunday of every month, though, right?
Last Sunday of every month. Also, the Blue Lagoon most Thursdays. I'll be hosting it next Thursday, the 16th, because DNA's on the road. So I'll be hosting that show. And I also host an open mic at Coffeetopia in Live Oak, the Coffeetopia on Capitola Road and 17th Avenue. That's from 6 to 8 on Saturdays. So come out and hang out at Coffeetopia on Saturday. There's nothing else going on in that neighborhood. You do not have to be at home.
Awesome.
Just come, and there's no alcohol. It's just just a chill place to come hang out. You can recite poetry, play music, do comedy. You're allowed.
Beautiful.
Slam poetry is okay.
And we also want to thank Jane Wayne Gacy for coming in. That was also beautiful. And I'd like to apologize to the caller in the first hour that I went off the deep end. I got real excited on that rent issue, and I just got excited. I apologize. It's a hot topic, and Dave's gonna get to the bottom of it. And that ain't my bag, baby.
KSCO Santa Cruz will be back Monday.
You're listening